All right, welcome back, everyone. This is Andrew Weiss, one of your moderators for this event. And today we're listening to Mary Pat King talking about creative scouting. And to hear a little bit about Mary Pat, since April 2020, she has served thousands of Girl Scouts as CEO of Girl Scouts of West Central Florida, which spans Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, Hernando, Polk, Citrus, Sumter, and Marion Counties. Prior to Girl Scouts, Mary Pat led youth and family program initiatives for 3 national nonprofits: National PTA, American Diabetes Association, and Safe Kids Worldwide. She also worked for 2 public relations firms where she raised awareness about education and mental health issues. During the past 20 plus years, Mary Pat has led the conceptual design and execution of numerous public awareness and community program initiatives, including National PTA, School of Excellence, and STEM and Families programs, American Diabetes Association's camps, and School Walk for Diabetes, Safe Kids Walk, This Way Pedestrian Safety Initiative, and SAMHSA's first National Wellness Week. Her program concepts raised more than $10 million in corporate and foundation support, and she has trained hundreds of staff and volunteers worldwide. She served as a strategic advisor to several organizations seeking to design or scale programs nationwide, including Pinellas Education Foundation's National Advisory Board for Future Plans, Action for Healthy Kids, Every Kid Healthy Campaign, National School Board Association, National Diabetes Education Program, SAMHSA's Talk, They Hear You, Campaign Ad Council, StopBullying.gov initiative, and JED Foundation Set to Go program. Currently, Mary Pat is a board of the Hillsborough County Commission on the Status of Women, serves on PBS Wellbeing's Advisory Board, and is a member of Florida Society of Association Executives and Girl Scout Staff Association. Recently, Mary Pat became a certified association executive and a John Maxwell leadership trainer. She has a Master of Science degree in Public Relations from the SI Newhouse School of Public Communications at Syracuse University, and a Bachelor of Arts degree from Le Moyne College, Syracuse, New York. Mary Pat and her husband, Eric, live in Palm Harbor, Florida, with their 2 children, Mason and Jenna Bea. And without further ado, we're going to hear from her about how the Girl Scouts of West Central Florida builds courage, confidence, and character, and inspires their Girl Scouts to make the world a better place through the Gold Award program. Girl Scouts tackles issues that are dear to them and drive lasting change in their communities and beyond. Hear how 2 Girl Scouts use their creativity to achieve truly remarkable impact in their communities. Get inspired by their stories to understand the positive ways Girl Scouts are making a difference throughout West Central Florida. And so without further ado, I'll let you go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Andrew. And I hope you can see my screen with my daughter, Jenna Bea, right there.
Yes,
you
we
see?
can.
Okay, great. Welcome everyone to this wonderful conference. I'm so excited to join you, and I'm especially excited to get to the best part, which is when we talk about how 2 of our amazing, remarkable Girl Scouts have left a sustainable difference and impact on the world with their efforts. So we'll get started. Our mission at Girl Scouts is to build girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. And we do that by preparing every girl to practice a lifetime of leadership, beginning at the kindergarten level, all the way through kindergarten, all the way through 12th grade. Girls can be Girl Scouts. They have access to thousands of opportunities to experience life and new connections. We're really proud of what we do. And even during COVID, we've been able to do some extraordinary things. This is our program model, and I'd like to share it with you because it helps you to see how we approach our research-proven programming. First, we challenge every girl to discover new things about the world and about themselves. Then we encourage them to connect. You know, one of the critical the 21st century critical thinking skills is collaboration. And when you connect with others and work with others in a Girl Scout troop, you really learn a lot about how to work together to both have fun and to solve everyday challenges. And then finally, we encourage girls to take action. We do that in a girl-led, learn by doing and cooperative approach. We know that applied learning is the best way for girls to remember and recall and be able to put into practice all that they learn through Girl Scouts. And we have a number of short-term and intermediate outcomes, as well as the long-term proven outcomes, that girls end their Girl Scout journey with more courage, more confidence, and more character. Girl Scouts USA recently released a study of alum, and it said that alum, 72%, I believe, alum reported that Girl Scouts made a tremendous impact on their leadership journey, and it really led them to the career they have today. So we make an incredible impact across the board. These are the outcomes that we really achieve: a sense of self, really having confidence, positive values, and doing the right thing. Being a sister to every Girl Scout is a big part of our Girl Scout law. Challenge seeking, in Girl Scouts, because it's a girl environment, you don't have the fear of failing. So you get to try things for the first time. And if you fail, your sisters are around you to support you. That is critical for innovation. Innovation is all about risk taking, and Girl Scouts help girls throughout to take age appropriate risks so that they can, in the long run, be challenge seeking themselves. Healthy relationships. I really believe this is one area where Girl Scouts not only impacts individual girls with their healthy peer relationships as troop members, but also schools. Girl Scouts are really positive peers in a school environment, and I think we're making great impact in schools, promoting that positivity and being problem solvers within the school as peer leaders. And that brings us to community problem solving. We have two great examples of community problem solving to share with you today. Our pillars are STEM, outdoor adventures, life skills, and entrepreneurship. These are the areas that we teach and we really focus on. We also focus a lot on civic leadership and civic engagement. We like to say we fuel the leadership pipeline of female leaders. And we really grow go-getters, innovators, risk takers, and leaders. All of these qualities so important in innovation and in creativity. So you'll see here our process helps girls to express their vision, to think about what their goals are, set a plan, be ambitious. They persist through challenges. They take on problems with creativity and curiosity. We always say use resources wisely. They think of the best ways to use things most effectively and efficiently. Making decisions, facing fears, taking on new experiences. All of this you will find in an R&D, research and development department in any corporation around the world. That ability to truly face any kind of obstacles with, well, what if we could, and could we, and should we, and how could we? Those are the kinds of skills that we teach and grow in Girl Scouts. And then ultimately leader. Girls of great character are great leaders who empathize with others, who identify strengths and build on those strengths and empower themselves to empower other people. And that's a big part of what Girl Scouts is all about. This year, we've been a lot about resiliency. It's been a hard year. And in Girl Scouts, we really focus on supporting mental health and well-being by encouraging girls to have a strong sense of purpose, but also to focus on the 8 dimensions of wellness that SAMHSA has really focused a lot of energy on promoting, things like their spiritual, financial literacy as a core component. Physical activity as a core component, pushing yourself to those outdoor adventures and seeking your individual purpose. So we've also really helped through our STEM programming to prevent learning loss and continue to support educational achievement. But I think the best of all is that when girls were so isolated early in COVID-19, Girl Scouts was a vehicle of social connectedness, really helping girls to connect with each other, even if it was on Zoom, and to connect with each other in meaningful ways. So once we all started getting out, especially here in Florida, a little bit more and more, you saw Girl Scouts coming together and just doing truly extraordinary things. So first they started with virtual connections. They were building things together, but virtually. They were painting together. They were cooking together. They were sharing their love with others by giving inspirational messages to the elderly and to the homebound. Girl Scouts also, most of these girls are from Pasco County because I recently featured them in a presentation. And some of our girls honored heroes. So medical professionals, firefighters, even educators. Girl Scouts brought a lot of joy to our heroes during this pandemic. And they served numerous areas of the community. So for example, many Girl Scouts did food drives. Many Girl Scouts, my own daughter made blankets for the SPCA and did other things for animals that they care about and the elderly. Just in the past week, one of our Girl Scout service units did a peep-o-rama. So they took peeps and they created dioramas, and they brought those to a nursing home for the residents to enjoy, to bring joy around springtime to the residents. Truly, our girls are remarkable, and I'm really, really thrilled to introduce you to two of our Girl Scouts here, Gabriella Gillen and Casey Ingram, who just recently completed their Gold Award. And I'd like to ask them to share their stories, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that they can share theirs, if they have slides. Gabriella, you want to go first?
Yeah, Gabrielle and Casey. Oh, there they go. Okay, perfect. And Gabriella, we can't hear you in case you're trying to talk as well. If you want to unmute yourself. There we go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gabriella Gillen. I'm from Tampa, Florida. I have been a Girl Scout for almost 10 years now, and I'm super grateful to be here today, sharing a little bit more about my Gold Award project. I had the opportunity to focus my Gold Award on helping teens that are in foster care as they're aging out, and so I'll be explaining a little bit more about that today. So back in 2018, I had the opportunity to work with children in foster care through my Silver Award project. And for those that may not be familiar with that, it is the second highest award any girl can receive. And through that project, it was a great opportunity for me to be able to grow a love and desire for advocating for children in foster care. And later on, that led to Define Yourself right here. I started Define Yourself back in January of 2020. I didn't have the actual event until January of 2021. So that took a lot of planning and a lot of adjusting throughout the way of the journey. One huge adjustment that I had to, kind of figure out was I really wanted to make it an in-person event. In January of 2020, the coronavirus was kind of creeping in. It wasn't really a huge deal. But then in March, a bunch of lockdowns started happening and, crazy things. So by then at March, I was thinking, okay, we can still continue. Like, let's just, hope that the next couple months will be all right. Well, clearly that was not the case. There was still more and more cases, and that's the reason why we're still here today, kind of in the little bit pandemic. So I had to figure out how to switch right away from making it an in-person to a virtual event. And so that was September of 2020. And so I had to learn and adjust and figure out ways to connect with people virtually. And I had the opportunity to go and do panel interviews, meetings, tech trainings to get started and make sure that the event runs smoothly. I also partnered with many different partners throughout the community, Hyundai of Wesley Chapel, Chick-fil-A, Tampa Bay Lightning, Tampa Bay Rays. I also worked with the CEO of United Way Suncoast, Ms. Jessica Muroff, through that project. And I also had 3 motivational speakers that were actually in foster care themselves. They came that day and kind of shared their story and their light, saying that, it's okay. You have a whole life. Yeah. And I also have right here the bags I put together for the event that contains all of like the name tags. I had to find innovative ways to figure out how I can make this event engaging and also fun too, because I was a little bit worried that it was going to be, a boring event and that the teens wouldn't be interactive. And so I actually had delivery drivers bring Chick-fil-A over for lunch, There was music in the background. I was able to figure out prize opportunities. So as you can see right here, those are the different things. Also the event. Oh, and here's a clip of Candy Marie. She is one of the motivational speakers that spoke at Define Yourself. And so she was wonderful there. She actually was in foster care growing up. But this is just a short clip I'll go ahead and share with you all.
Because it's okay to be different. It's okay to not look and sound and be like anybody else. And when I looked on the television, there weren't a lot of Black TV hosts. So there weren't a lot of examples for me to follow, but there was one. And let me tell you the conversation that I had with her. It's not one-on-one. I don't know what you see.
Are you able to turn it up a little bit, Gabrielle? It's hard to hear. All right. I guess the best we can do. Oh, now we can't hear it at all. Did you adjust the volume settings in your computer?
So sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Apologize about that. But basically she was talking about her experience when she moved to Hollywood. And so she was doing all these auditions and she met Oprah. And so she was just, so elated that someone like Oprah would recognize her. And so Oprah grabbed her by the wrist and was like, hey, you are enough. And so that was kind of her message that she shared throughout the conference, that, despite the hard circumstances that these teens have to go through, that they're enough and that they can get through whatever they experience. I had the opportunity to interview different teens on their experiences of Define Yourself and how that made an impact for them. I got many responses saying that it was such an impactful event and how they were very inspired and how they would love to continue doing this year after year. And so my hope with Define Yourself is to continue doing it year after year. Hopefully next year it'll be an annual event. We'll see. An in-person event. It's been really cool. And I'm excited to be able to hopefully very soon launch a podcast in the future about Define Yourself. If you all want to learn more about Define Yourself or, follow Define Yourself, you can go ahead right here. My email is down here as well, in the Facebook. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you, Gabby. You are just so remarkable, truly. And now we'd like to introduce another one of our Gold Award girls, Casey Ingram.
Hi, everyone. As Miss Mary Pat said, I'm Casey Ingram and I'm a junior, and I'm currently working on my Gold Award project. So just give me 1 second as I share my screen. So I'm currently working on my Gold Award project, and my Gold Award project is focusing on promoting childhood literacy in the Hillsborough County area. I'm currently partnered with West Shore Elementary School, which is a Title I school in Hillsborough County right near my house. And basically Title I just means that the students aren't testing at the level they need to be at, and that is mostly due to a lack of resources and just students who are kind of in need. So one aspect of my project has been collecting books from around my community in order to donate them to the West Shore Elementary Library. Unfortunately, as you all know, with COVID, I've hit some struggles that I've had to combat, and Girl Scouts besides just presenting me with this ability to earn the award, has helped me foster the skills needed to overcome these issues. So one way I've overcome these issues has been with the help of so many amazing volunteers. So many people have been so willing to help me with my project, and all I had to do was ask. I've partnered with the National Honor Society Club at my school, with a law firm, and just with people I used to go to school with previously, relatives, and honestly, just people who don't even know me have been so willing to donate books to my project. And it is really impactful because it has helped me spread the word that while literacy, as we know, is a huge problem in sort of underdeveloped countries, it's also a huge problem here in the United States and within our community. Another way that I've had to be somewhat creative because of COVID has been I've really utilized social media in order to spread the word. I was fortunate enough to be featured in an ABC Action news story, which helped me get the word out about my project, and just further goes to show how the community will meet you with open arms. All you have to do is ask. On the right-hand side of the slide is my Instagram account. Please feel free to follow. I document my Gold Award project, feature volunteers, and I also include facts about literacy that you probably didn't know. So feel free to follow that. Another recent issue I've had that resulted in creativity was I was planning out how to get the books into the library themselves. And I had accounted for me being really hands-on in that process, kind of going through all the books, seeing which ones work for the library, which ones don't. And unfortunately, the Hillsborough County school policy at this time is that no volunteers are allowed on school campus. So immediately, this actually happened this week. I've kind of had to go back, kind of plan, think out how can I still do this project and make it be as impactful as I want it to be. So I'm working on a few ideas. One of them, I'm thinking of creating a Zoom tutoring where students from local Hillsborough County high schools will be able to partner with elementary schools and work on reading together. And another one is finding a way to have volunteers from schools, high schools, create audiobooks from the public domain to share with elementary schools. So if a kid doesn't like to read, well, perfect, you can just listen to this high school student read to you. So again, I'm just so grateful to Girl Scouts for allowing me this opportunity to complete my Gold Award, and creativity, especially at a time like this, is just so important to be able to help your community and reach your goals. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Casey. And Casey and Gabby, I wondered if you could join me in just a quick, I just want to say, talk about go-getters, innovators, and risk takers and leaders. You both have done such an incredible job. And I'm curious about, I'm curious about the future plans of both Gold awardees and how Girl Scouts may have impacted that. From Holly, I think that's a great question.
So I can answer Miss Holly's question. Girl Scouts has been a part of my life for the majority of my life. I've been in Girl Scouts for 11 years, and it's just become a huge part of where I am today. I always tell my troop leader, Miss Susan, like, you taught me how to be confident. You taught me how to go after what I want. I've never been afraid to speak my mind or go after what I want. And I really do believe that Girl Scouts has taught me that, because from the beginning, since I was a little daisy, I've been learning about what it takes to be a leader, and that you should speak your mind. You should go after what you want. You have all the tools necessary to be a leader. You just have to do it.
Awesome. And you just gave a great testimonial for why you should volunteer for Girl Scouts. So thank you for that as well. Gabby, what about you?
I think for me, Girl Scouts has given me a lot of confidence, like Casey just said, and just the importance of going after your goals. Having those 3 projects that girls complete, the Bronze, Silver, Gold Award, are great opportunities for them to get out in the community and see what issues that they can be able to solve. And it's just a great opportunity to be able to partner with other people, make connections, networking, yeah, Girl Scouts is awesome.
Can I ask another question? Because both of you talked about goal setting and going out and getting what you need. I'm curious, a lot of people know us for cookies. So how has that experience led you to where you are today and where you're going? Uh, Break down what it is, what cookies is all about from your point of view.
So from my point of view, I can't remember the first time I sold cookies. But I do remember at first when I was way younger, I was a little nervous to go up and talk to people in my neighborhood that, maybe I've never talked to before and try to explain to them, hey, will you buy these from me? I mean, I was probably 6 years old at the time. And that's not something you would do in any other aspect like school or things like that. So, besides cookies helping us, do what we want to do as a troop and allowing for Girl Scouts to continue, it also teaches you things that are necessary and applicable to your future life: how to sell a product, how to talk to people who are older than you, how to be passionate about something at such a young age and to take risks. I remember, I think I was a brownie and we were going to Publix to be the little girls that sell cookies at Publix. And we were all brainstorming, how are we going to sell the most cookies? Like, what are we going to do? We're getting older. We're not as cute as the daisies. How are we going to meet how many cookies we want to sell? So then we all brainstormed and decided we would wear the big boxes they come in, and dance to get people to come over to our booth. So just little things like that, you learn brainstorming, creativity, and just taking a risk, talking to people you wouldn't normally talk to about something you're passionate about so young.
Yeah. And working as a team, all of that. What about you, Gabriella?
I think for me, I've always had the goal ever since I was younger that like, okay, I'm going to sell this amount of cookies. And like every year I would, build that up. But it's not just that number. Like, I think it's just once you're, for example, if I was 7, I had the goal of I'm doing 200 cookies, then I would make that goal. And it doesn't matter how many doors I have to knock or how many people I have to convince saying, hey, you really need to buy cookies. It's just those little moments of you putting yourself out there that make a huge difference. I've always been a shy girl and I don't really like, talking a lot. So as when I was younger, I really had to put myself out there. So I'm able to achieve my goals. And that has helped me now as I'm working on Define Yourself and be able to extend that a little bit more.
Yeah, challenge seeking, really like setting new challenges. My girl this year said, I want to sell 300 cookies. I was like, oh my gosh, are you sure? Are you sure we can do that? And then she did it and she well exceeded it. And I was like, okay. One of the things your sister, Gabriella Mariana, was just in a phone bank. And Girl Scouts gives opportunities like that where you're making outbound calls and having to answer questions from the people you're talking to when you're calling to say thanks and they want to ask you random questions. That's an intimidating experience, but you do that so well. Have you ever had one of those experiences where you were like, wow, how am I going to handle this? Like maybe in your Media Girls experience or something like that. Gabriella, you're a media girl, right? You have.
Yes.
So tell me how you went from media girl to securing media for your gold award.
A lot of that started when I was in my Civil War project. I worked with ABC Action News and they did a story about that. And then I moved into the Media Girls program, and that helped me be a lot more confident and, able to like speak my mind. So I remember my first news story when I was like 13, it was just bad. It was just really bad. But then just kind of getting that experience from Media Girls has helped me a lot with Define Yourself.
Yeah. You're when you were on the media for Define Yourself, I was wowed. I was the same with you, Casey. Both of your interviews, I was like, wow, such presence and such effective speaking skills. Casey, how about you?
So as Gabby said, the confidence is such a big thing when talking to people you don't know and talking about something you're passionate about. Media Girls is basically it's something you can apply for in Girl Scouts. And basically, you are representative Girl Scouts in the media, and you have amazing opportunities to represent them, whether that be in the news, reaching out to candidates, writing, things like that. So you're kind of just an example of what the ideal Girl Scout is, and just promoting all that the Girl Scouts believe in.
And girls get so many, we have about, I think, 10 or so girls a year who do that. We also have girls who are on the CEO advisory board, which both of you are on, and girl advisory board. And we have board members, which Casey will be an incoming board member, who participates fully in our governance process. And in the future, talk about Girl Led, we're planning to create other opportunities across the committees in our organization so that girl voices are in every conversation we have. So that is the amazing thing about Girl Scouts, is we are Girl Led, and we give them that opportunity to do and cooperate with others. And that makes them able to achieve remarkable things like leading a team for each of these programs that they're delivering. Now, do you plan to continue volunteering as an adult? Hallie asks.
Absolutely. Definitely do want my girls to be a part of that. Yeah.
How about you, Casey?
Definitely. I admire my troop leader so much, and I just want to be just like her when I'm older and planning amazing things for us to do. And just, I can't wait.
Awesome. Thank you both so much. And thank you to Hallie and Andrew for this incredible opportunity to talk about a topic we love so much, Girl Scouts.
Yes, this has definitely been a lot of fun. It's very inspiring to hear you go from, I don't know how you're going to do that, to saying we did it. And so thank you so much for sharing and inspiring us all. And I know that Holly, if you want to come on and say some final remarks. Also wanted to give a quick shout out to our sponsors with Haggerty Digital and also My Favorite Art Place. Thank you so much for taking the time to sponsor this event. And Holly, I'll let you go ahead and chime in.
Great. I just wanted to express to both of you and you, Mary Pat, how grateful I am for your participation in this. I do have a Girl Scout troop, and I am very knowledgeable up to the level that I'm a leader of, which is a cadet. So I just led my girls through bronze. And so it's so interesting for me to hear your stories, because that's beyond where I've gone. And I think it's so important that we let people know about the Girl Scouts experience, because I didn't understand it before I was involved. Like, I really didn't get it. And so I'm very grateful that you are involved in the media and you're getting the word out. And I did want to find out your opinion of, you know, if a girl doesn't get involved in kindergarten, what do you think about girls getting involved at an older level?
So that's a great question. My troop has expanded and left throughout our 11 years. And I would say we have an amazing troop. We've had, I think, 3 girls join really later on, like in middle school, and 1 recently just last year. And Girl Scouts as a whole, everyone is so kind and welcoming. And I would think, not to speak for those girls, but they don't feel excluded, and they are very happy they made the decision to join when they did, because even if you didn't get that foundation of stuff at an early age, there's easy to catch up, and there's so many other opportunities in the future as an older girl that you want to be able to get, even if you missed out at the beginning.
Can you explain some of those opportunities that you're now encountering as high school students looking toward college?
So obviously the higher awards are a big thing, and they mean a lot, and they require a lot of time and dedication, but they're also so rewarding and so beneficial to the community. And as we've already talked about, the Media Girls, what an amazing way to learn skills that you will need for the rest of your life, talking to the public, being able to articulate your thoughts. And finally, you can be kind of a delegate board member and a part of the CEO advisory board, which are just also amazing leadership opportunities and ways to learn how to brainstorm and work with other people to come up with real results.
Yeah. And Gabriella, aren't you headed to college next year, I believe? Are you a senior?
No, I'm a junior, but in the process soon.
Yeah. So in Florida, we have a thing called Bright Futures, and that is a community service scholarship program. And academic as well. And a lot of girls say that their Girl Scout experience created numerous opportunities for scholarships in their future, as well as helped expose them to professionals that they didn't know about, or that might have been an area of interest that they'd be really experienced in, and or that they would want to ultimately pursue. And we have opportunities also for older girls like Camp CEO, which we'll be bringing back in 2022, that helps to connect girls to mentors for internship opportunities, shadow days, and other experiences. So it's truly, like I said, we fuel the leadership pipeline for females, and we begin that right in the beginning of their experience in kindergarten all the way through high school. And then as alumni, many of our Girl Scout alumni stay connected and networked. And we even have a troop in the villages who are senior, who live in senior living, and they have a Girl Scout troop called Silver Trefoils.
Wow, that's terrific. Well, thank you all so very much. This is wonderful and truly creative and innovative. So you're perfect for this event.
Thank you so much, Holly. Thanks for all you do.